Good day, South Africa. Welcome to Spotlight Mzansi with Sean. The focus today is on the exchange in Parliament between Matlala and Julius Malema. The politician pressured the alleged kingpin on his dealings with police generals and government officials. What you are about to hear in the coming minutes is absolutely astonishing. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment on your thoughts on this matter.
Mr. Matlala, just tell me your place of birth. I was born in Sisho, but in Pietersburg Hospital, Provincial Hospital. Where were you born?
I was born in Mamelodi.
Yeah, which hospital?
It's no longer there. They used to call it a nursing home, but it's no longer there.
You have a birth certificate from there?
Yes, I do have.
And then the primary school you went to?
It's called Uwani Primary School.
Was a principal there?
Principal, it was Serudu.
And then were you baptized?
No, I was never baptized.
And then high school? You said it yesterday.
Lesabile High School.
Who was a principal there?
Ngwe, Mr. Ngwe.
After high school, you didn't proceed to tertiary education?
No, I didn't.
And then you never worked in any formal employment or?
No, I never had any formal employment.
So from high school, that's when you engaged in the informal trading?
Yes, I will say before even high school, my mother disappeared on me. Then I had to raise myself. I was actually a street kid. So I grew up in the street for a very long time. So I just realized after when I grew up that my mother passed away, but she was an albino. And I heard later that she was raped because there was this myth that if you albino, then you can get cured for whatever. And then that thing traumatized her a lot that she disappeared. And when I found her, she was terminally ill. Then I think it was 2002 when I found her through her friend. It was very late and then she passed on. But all along, I was street kid.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now, Dlamenis have got some roots in Swaziland.
Yes.
And you said to us your grandmother is from, is a Dlamini.
Yes.
Did they have a place in Swaziland, or was she originally from there?
No, KZN.
So you don't have any relation ever with some people in Swaziland?
No, I don't have.
So when you travel to Swaziland now, what were you traveling for? What purpose?
I was invited to the king's birthday.
Oh, so you know the king?
And the queen mother.
Yes. But
I was invited by the queen mother.
Oh, so you know the queen mother?
Yeah, but it was the birthday of the king. But I went there
through the queen mother?
Yes.
You were a guest of a queen mother?
Yes.
So this ID that has got your picture and the ID number that is similar to yours and all of that, what is the story there?
I don't have an ID for Eswatini. So that thing was fabricated so that they can deny me bail.
Yes, but in the judgment of the appeal or something, it looks like that judge didn't consider that as the grounds that must be used to deny you bail, because he says police did not produce the original ID.
Yes,
if I'm not wrong.
Yes, on the judgment they said that I've traveled to Eswatini using that fraudulent ID, but which is, is impossible. You cannot pass a border with an ID. That thing is not a traveling document. So they said that. And another thing is when I came back, unfortunately, they didn't stamp my passport. So they said I've got access to get in and out of the country undetected. Because my wife's passport, my passport, and my protector's passport were not stamped. So it was the overlook of the BMA or Home Affairs, I think.
Why did you resign from Medicare?
It's because of the allegations that were surrounding me at that time. They said I gave they didn't know by then that she's my sister. They said, hey, I gave him a contract to a slay queen. And then also there was these allegations about me, which I did not think that it will be a good image for the company. So I just thought by then, let me just resign and put someone until I clear my name.
So why didn't you also put your shares in a blind trust if you didn't want to damage the image of the company?
Yes, that's what I did. The shares, that's why I said I still hold the shares.
So do you accept that after you wanted to save the image of the company, you put your sister as a director so that you can front her? Because you didn't relinquish for business reasons. You relinquished because you want to face some challenges and someone must be holding the fort for me. Well, I'm still fighting, but effectively I'm running it. I can call money on it. She can't say anything. I can tell her to do this. It's effectively you doing it. She's just a friend.
Yes, I agree. Sister, so it's not like I was using her. So she's family, and then it was only for the time being until I clear myself, I clear my name.
No, once you are fronting a person, you are using a person. You just agreed with me that you are fronting her. You are using her.
But she was getting salary.
Yeah, even if she's getting a salary, she's not the owner of the company. You are using her. That's what you did. And in the empowerment of women, it defeats the whole purpose, because if she walks around with the image of a person who has got a tender of 360 million and therefore does not need any kind of empowerment or an assistance because she's got all this tender to herself. But in reality, there is a man behind her who's controlling this company. Do you accept that is wrong?
Yes, I accept that is wrong.
Julius Malema first focused on the resignation of Matlala from his Medicare 24 company. The kingpin admitted on live television that the appointment of his sister as the head of the 300 million rand company was a front. He then focused on the cell phone found in Matlala's cell when he was raided by police in jail.
NAC, you found it with NAC. You're given by NAC.
No, it's not the same cell phone.
Or it's a different cell phone?
Yes.
So it's not your cell phone?
No.
Or NAC gave you a cell phone that you can use while you are inside?
Yes, I found him inside prison. He was using the cell phone.
You didn't go with your cell phone?
No.
So when they found the cell phone, why are they saying it's your cell phone when it is NAC's cell phone?
I'm saying I got the cell phone from him, but because they found it on me, you know, if there's someone who came to me with that cell phone, because, you know, in prison, a cell phone is like a public phone. You'll find 3 people using the same cell phone. Someone said, hey, check, they're talking about you in the media. It was that day when Mr. Mkonazi was doing that press briefing. So when I heard that cell phone, that boy left. Immediately the members of the task force of EST, they came to my cell. And then the same day, those guys from intelligence and PKTT, they came to prison. So I asked myself a question, that if this thing was found in prison, how did these guys knew that I was found with a cell phone? So I thought maybe it was something which has been organized for me to be found with a cell phone.
That guy who was arrested and sentenced for killing Bozwani, what's your relationship with him? I'm forgetting his name. Keke, Vusi.
Yes, I don't have a relationship with him.
You have never worked together?
Work?
Yeah?
No.
But he's also from Mamelodi.
Yes.
Mokgotsi believes that you are John Wick, and everybody else there believes you are a John Wick in Mamelodi, that you have been killing people in Mamelodi.
Yes, I heard that.
But what are you, John Wick?
No, I'm not.
Do you kill people?
No.
Have you ever been accused of murder before?
No, never.
So what effort have you taken, the same effort you have taken in saving the image of the company?
Yes.
To save your image from being called a John Wick and being called a dangerous murderer in Mamelodi? What effort have you taken
That thing I heard it from Madlanga Commission, but I was in CMEX. There we don't have access to anything. So there's nothing I can do at this moment. My main focus now is to fight to get myself out of this prison, out of this place.
No, but you called John Wick before you came here.
No. I don't know about that.
You are not called John Wick before you came here. Now, in your detail of 14 security or personal protectors, how many are former task force members?
It's not task force, it's from the defense, it's special forces.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm asking about the task force, the police task force.
So task force is one.
It's one. And then the special forces?
I'll say maybe 8.
8.
Yeah.
Out of 14. So it's special forces, 8 plus 1 task force.
9.
That is paramilitary. It's not VIP protection to have such dangerous, the highest form of defense of the country in one unit. How much does that cost per month?
I was paying them 100,000 a month each.
Yeah. So what is your personal security detail budget per month? Because remember, it's food, it's petrol, it's convoy, it's hotels, it's all of that.
My budget is 2 million.
The man was almost smiling while correcting Malema on the source of his protection team. The kingpin was being protected by elite soldiers taken from the South African army. But again, this was all funded by dirty money stolen from the government. Malema then went on to focus on the disappearance of businessman Jerry Bushuka.
No, you said the security company makes 2 million. You can't budget 2 million. So the whole 2 million, when it gets in, it goes to those people.
Yes, but I don't have one company.
Oh, so you source from different companies to maintain that lifestyle. I've got a message. You know, Jerry's mom called me and asked me that I must ask you to return her son because she believes very strongly that you kidnapped her son.
Yes.
And she cries in tears because she says she knows you. And she has given you a plate of food to her, you are a child. If we were to talk to her now, as she's listening, what will you say to her?
I will say that they are misleading her. And I think the people who are misleading her are the people who put me here in prison. Because I think they even went and told this same thing before the mother to Jerry's wife. So I will say she's being misled because they know very well that I'm the first person who woke up at night there, and then I was the first person who was looking for Jerry everywhere. So when they say I kidnapped her, it's because maybe of my suggestion that rather let's tell the police the truth. And then they were not comfortable with that. And I said to them, it's either we do that or we never find him, because if we don't give them a clue, then how are we going to know, how the police, are they going to know where he is? So they were emphasizing that we need to save their image, his image. So me and them, we ended up not agreeing on one thing, because even myself, I was tired of looking for someone, but we must lie to the police on the other side.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm given some limited time and I'm allocating it to you. Speak to her. Talk to Jerry's mom. She's listening to you now. She's watching you. Talk to her. Her son has been missing for so long.
Yes.
And she feels very strongly that you took her son. Yes. The same way they felt very strong that you took AB's wife and AB's son.
Yes.
So before you speak to AB, speak to Jerry's mom.
AB knows that. I think wherever he knows that thing he knows very well that I've never done.
No, leave AB. I'm saying, yes. Jerry's mom is watching. Talk to her.
I will say, Mama, you know very well me and your son, we are very, very, very close friends. We've done a lot of things together, traveled together, me and his wife and my wife, and there was nothing that I will do to harm your son. Actually, your son was like a young brother to me. So there are people who are getting between us, trying to convince you that I took your son so that you might think of me as this boogeyman that people paint me to be. But from the bottom of my heart, I've never and I will never, ever do anything to harm your son or your family.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Now, did you have a business deal with Jerry in some comfort installing solar system?
Yeah, but it was his business. But I'm the one who got it for him.
So you worked together, and whatever the monies that you were supposed to transact at that level,
Yeah.
you sorted each other out.
Yes.
Now, just before Jerry disappeared, and then I think Jerry disappeared a week or two, and AB's wife disappeared 2 weeks after or so. But it was within a short space of time.
Yeah, I think a week in between or so, yeah.
They say Jerry and AB were in your office. You wanted them to do some tender in Limpopo of a CID. You called AB because he had a CID B9.
Yes, that's
and
true.
they both declined to do that business with you. And that's where their problems started.
He actually accepted AB, and it was not in Limpopo, it was there in Silverton, by where there's a fourth plant. And then he accepted. The thing is, he was supposed to go to a briefing. I think he missed the briefing or something. That's why the thing didn't happen, but he never declined.
So now, do you know anything about AB's son and AB's wife?
No.
But were you not involved in helping them to find the wife and the son?
Yes, I was.
And then as from a security company perspective, what were your suspicions or your findings, as it were?
Actually, there is this Pakistani guy whose employee was kidnapped. The Pakistani guy, he's a Muslim. We will go to the same mosque. So he told me that his employee is being kidnapped. So I asked around, and I found out there's some guys in Attridgeville who kidnapped that employee. And I took my chances. I just said, call the guy, and I said, I know it's you, but I was just testing the waters. Return that guy because we do not want to come looking for you. Luckily, he dropped him off by Church Street at Sasol Garage. Then we found the guy. So now, with AB's family, because the guy who kidnapped the Pakistani guy were from Attridgeville. So I said to AB, because you are not far from Attridgeville, I suspect it might be these guys. And I called the guys as well. I said to them, you see now, you're starting, can you please return AB's family? And then he hung up, and then he switched off the phone, and then he just disappeared. And I just heard that after a while, they said, okay, I'm disguising to appear as if I'm helping AB, but I know that I'm the one who's doing this. But I think it was those guys trying to divert their attention.
You remember when I started, I spoke about your son and your wife and how they should not be treated the way they are treated by police.
Yes.
AB's son and AB's wife did not deserve what happened to them.
I agree, yes.
Especially the son of AB, who will forever be traumatized by those experiences.
Yes.
And Jerry's wife and children do not deserve to see their father not returning from home, because every sunset they look forward to the return of their father, and the father does not come back. Like you growing up without a father, these children want their father, they want to see their father returning. And no one must do that to children and our wives.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
With your security experience, do you think Jerry is still alive? I mean, those kidnapping people, if they kidnap you to extort money, for you to give them money, a ransom and all of that, but once they keep you for too long, you become an expense to them. Because they have to feed you, they have to, if you are sick, medication, accommodation, and all of that. Why would they keep you this long when they know that there's actually nothing coming forward? Do you think Jerry is still alive? Not do you know. With your own security experience and your instinct as a friend who says to the mother of Jerry, this was like my younger brother. Something in you should tell you that this guy is no longer there or is still there.
Honestly, I agree with you. At some point, he will end up being a liability to his abductors. So I don't think also myself by now that if he's alive, then what are they gaining for keeping him so long and then spending money on him, but they're not getting anything in return? So it's a very hard one to accept, but obviously when you add one and one together, for me, it does not give me, I wouldn't say that these people will benefit anything from keeping him so long. I don't think so.
The investigators in Jerry's disappearance strongly believe Kat Matlala might be responsible, if they are right. This response by Matlala might mean the worst for the missing Jerry. A man suspected of kidnapping someone hinting at them not being alive anymore is almost eerie.
Now, have you been to the farm of the father of Jerry's wife to ask that they pay a ransom of 10 million or anything to that?
To the farm.
To the farm or to the father? No, to the father. Let's leave the farm. Have you been to the father, like the father-in-law of A?
Jerry's father-in-law. Yeah.
I mean, Jerry's father-in-law.
Yeah.
Have you been there and asked that they pay some ransom to these people?
No, I've been there, but not to say to pay ransom.
Yeah, but what were the discussion between you and the father-in-law? Because the story now is Jerry has kidnapped himself because he wants to extort 10 million from the father-in-law. And to a particular extent, you went to say to the father-in-law, please pay something, because it looks like the father-in-law is well off.
He's not well off, but that's what they're saying. So actually, I volunteered to pay 5 million myself. And I said, if you guys can raise 5 million, I'll pay 5 million myself so that we can get him. So I went there to speak to his father-in-law and say, listen, let's go 50-50. I can pay 5 and you pay 5. And he said, if they kidnap me, you must tell them that they must kill me. I will never pay any money.
Speak to the Jerry's kidnappers, your younger brother, and plead with them. For sure they are listening. They knew we were coming to speak to you. If you're to speak to their conscience, what were you going to say?
I will say, what we need now is closure. So whether they have them, they must just release him because he's diabetic. So I don't think wherever he is, he's in a good health. And also, if they did something to him still, let them give us a sign somewhere to at least have a closure to know, because it's not nice every day sleeping, not knowing what happened to your brother, your father, your son. So what can at least comfort us now is closure, whatever it is. So at least we can know going forward what to do.
If the police managed to find evidence and prove Matlala was involved in Jerry Bushuka's disappearance, these moments of him addressing not only Jerry's mother, but also the kidnappers will go down as one of the most heartless moments you will ever see on live television. Malema then went on to focus on Matlala's relationship with local police and municipalities, mostly his relationship with Julius Malema.
Julius Malema, what is the story there? You installed the blue lights he installed the blue lights in the cars that are owned. But there was a News 24 article that showed a lady saying Mama Cat is taking his kids to school in style, and they were playing with blue lights like they are playing with yo-yo.
Yes, I'm divorced with my first wife. So I was not in relationship with my first wife. And Mama Cat is the media saying that. It's not her saying Mama Cat. So she's living her life, and then I don't even, and those are not my cars. So my cars are BMWs. I think everybody knows. I use BMWs. So those
So
are,
she's got cars also with blue lights
No.
without your involvement.
she don't have cars. Maybe she sourced a security company or what she did, I don't know. Because me and her, we don't have that relationship anymore. We divorced.
What is your relationship with Julius Mukwanas?
Julius Mukwanas, I will say, he was a friend. Was.
Oh, so you donated because you had a friend who was in the position of authority?
No, it's because I proposed to him when he was an operations manager that, listen, I want to donate the cars, but with conditions that we do brand awareness, and then I will also send proposal to...
Protected by you?
No, not by me. I went there when it was only once, and it was when it was state of the city address. It was only once.
Yeah, but you went to fetch the mayor of
Yes.
the DA with your cars,
Yes.
and they had blue lights.
I don't know if they put blue lights on because I was not there.
Was it not your protection that was driving the cars?
Yeah,
on
but
that day?
they came as backup. She had her own cars, so they only came. She needed backup.
Or the DA mayor needed a backup from you?
Yes.
How does she need a backup from you when the Metro Police there is even as some sort of a task force?
Yeah, sort of. I think Mkonazi convinced them that my guys are special forces.
Okay.
Imagine government officials being recommended protection from the biggest alleged criminal in the country, and the recommendation is from the police themselves. The focus then turned to Matlala and Beki Sele. The two became best buddies at some point, with Beki dining in Matlala's penthouse.
That recording we had about it in the thing there, do you say it's not legitimate?
No, it's not. It's not. I even have proof of what happened.
So you never gave Sibia money?
No, never.
You never said Sibia is a
Matlala,
criminal?
you stop speaking.
And so how did Minister Kele know about your penthouse? You are meeting for the first time. He doesn't know you and
Yes,
all of that. The next thing, there is penthouse staying there and all of that. How did it come up?
It's the guy that he introduced me to him. He said, hey, this guy's got a nice penthouse. I assume the guy knew that Mr. Kele traveled a lot to Pretoria, and then he was struggling with accommodation. Not struggling, he had to pay accommodation. That guy said to him that actually Kat has got a nice penthouse there, so I think you can talk to him, he can offer you.
How many times has Minister Kele been to the penthouse?
I think 3 or 4 times.
But it looks like he said he's been there twice. Only twice.
No, it cannot be twice because he's been there twice when that guy was alive, and then after that guy's death, I remember he left his white Hugo Boss shirt in one of the bedrooms, and I sent him a message. I said, "It's me." I took a picture of that shirt, and I said, "It's me, Cat in Pretoria," and I even showed him his shirt so that they can know who is he talking to. So. After that, it was the 3rd time, and I think 3 or 4 times. It cannot be twice. It cannot be twice.
Now, which year was that?
This year.
So, if you're to be released here and you go and ask as a resident or the owner of the penthouse there, by whatever the place might be, you go and ask for the footage of all those days. Will we find those footage? Or more than twice?
I think that will depend on the security. Sometimes the footage after a certain period gets deleted. So I don't know how long they keep the footage.
As a security person, how long does it get deleted? Do you delete it or it automatically deletes itself?
It does. After 3 months, sometimes it does. And if it's a residential, you'll find after 2 weeks,
So we will not find your CCTV coverage of you and Kele at the hotel in Durban, where you gave him 200,000 because you said you walked to the car where the cars park normally in hotels. There are CCTV cameras for security purposes. Yes.
Yeah.
So you send your security, and then you walk with Kele to a red car,
Yes.
Jeep. You put the money in, and then he drives away.
Yes.
If we're to go and subpoena such a CCTV
Yes.
camera, will we find it?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
And then that day when I'm happy because you and Minister Kele are agreeing that you went to Durban to deliver the last, the other portion, the second last, I suppose. And then when you are there, your conscience said, no, this should stop. I'm not continuing with dishing out money. This is now amounting to abuse. And then you stopped. But he kept on calling you. So where you and him agrees that you were supposed to meet in Durban.
Yes.
That's why he gave you 20 calls. And you are saying, yes, I drove to Durban for purpose of giving him money. And that day, I took a decision, I'm no longer doing it anymore. And he gave you 20 missed calls. And we asked him, why did you call him so many times? He says, we were supposed to meet.
Yes.
So on the meeting part, you and him are agreeing. What we need an evidence of is this portion of the exchange. Even if it's not visible money, but as long as we see the trailer money from you, the trailer bag from you to his car, that's prima facie enough. So, did he really make those calls on that day when you decided, no more? I'm no longer answering his calls.
My phone is, even now, is here with my legal team. His missed calls are still there. You can even see them now.
And we need some, even if it's smallanyana evidence that demonstrate that you indeed exchanged money, because the problem is that Mabonga is dead.
Yes.
And the protector that went to fetch the Woolworths bag, is he still alive, and will he be prepared to dispose an affidavit that you send him in the presence of Minister Kele to go and fetch a bag? And obvious, if he's a personal protector, meaning a bodyguard, he will walk with you or behind you as you walk to the car with Minister Kele, and then you putting, will he give us some affidavit?
Yes. Yes.
Matlala was not saving anyone with his testimony. He was willing to expose it all and try and save his own skin. These police generals and former ministers cannot be allowed to poison the system any longer. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment on your thoughts on this matter.